How's it going, my true people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back on Pokemon Showdown for another OU Live, and if you watched the last OU Live on Tuesday, you'll know that I'm pretty sick at the minute, so this is going to be another very mellow, very subdued kind of commentary with no face cam, I'm afraid. Normal service will be resumed next week. I hope you guys understand and are okay with this, and to be honest with you, it's kind of fun recording, much more chilled out, much more just like relaxed and just playing some mons. So last time we did pick up 3 W's with this team. We're going to go and get some more games in and hopefully pick up some more wins. One more win will put us on the board, on the ladder, as we're coming up against someone here with a customized avatar, which always kind of scares me. He says have fun in the chat. So I'm going to give him a U2. I always appreciate that. I really love Mega Medi in this matchup. He doesn't have great switch-ins. If he chooses to lead with Coco, I can switch. As he chooses to lead with Gliscor, so what this gives me is an Ice Punch right off the bat. As I said, his team hates Mega Medicham. If he chooses to go into the Tapu Koko, this, I don't know if this will put it in Bullet Punch range. Bullet Punch does about 25%, I think, so he's not in Bullet Punch range, unfortunately. But that's a good chip, and we can go into Zygarde now, and that's one of the major threats to our team, massively weak in the Tapu Koko, as he actually reveals to be Roost, which is super nice. I wish I had just Zen Headbutted him, but this Glare looks pretty free. He shouldn't stay in here, so, and he doesn't. I'm really hoping that he goes into the Gliscor and we can prevent his Poison Heal, but this, just from the way this guy's played those early turns, I don't think it's likely. No, as he goes into Tangrowth to just chew up the hit, which makes a lot of sense too. But that really just gives me Mega Medi again, as he pivots into Greninja, predicting that. So really nice double by my opponent. This is definitely one of the best players we've come up against. We'll just go back out to Zygarde and we'll chew this hit from him, as he's going to go for the U-turn and reveal to be Protean Greninja. So that's nice to know. That's good information. We don't have to play quite as what's the word I'm trying to say, cautiously around it, because we don't have to worry about it getting its Battle Bond up. As he actually gets Gliscor in here, this is definitely a good player. You can tell this guy knows what he's doing. I'm actually going to go hard Medicham, predicting the rocks or some kind of setup. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. You know, worst he would Ice Fang, which wouldn't do too much to Medi. And here in a position where I can just kind of Zen Headbutt into this thing, and we actually do pick up the flinch, which I apologise to my opponent for. A crit flinch is pretty bad, but the Zen Headbutt was fairly free there, because this thing wouldn't have done too much to me, and it prevented Coco coming in too easily, so I'm just going to go for it again. There's no reason not to, and you see exactly why there, and now I can bullet into this thing and pick it off. So I definitely, you know, apologies to my opponent for the crit flinch, but we definitely were in good shape anyway. The thing is, Medi looks so good against this team, but this is a huge threat, and if I just high jump kick it here, then it's kind of dealt with to a large extent. I'm just going to do that actually. I'm just going to go for the high jump kick, and we do land it, and we do Oko, as I thought we probably would. And my opponent forfeits, which I can understand the no GG at the dip after the crit Zen Headbutt flinch. But I believe that now puts us at, let's see, 1733, so I believe we are now on the ladder. Let's check this out. I know I shouldn't do this after one game in the life, but this is my first time ever getting the top 500 if I am. Hey, there we go. That's never happened before. I mean, I've never laddered before, so that would be a good explanation. I mean, apart from when me and Nico did ZU, but I don't think that counts. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. First time in the top 500 in OU. I like that. I'm pretty proud of that, I won't lie. So we're going up against someone who's got it on invite only, which I love. I don't tend to do it myself, just in case some of my friends are online and fancy joining. It happens occasionally. But I do prefer it when games are on invite, if I'm honest, because you get some strange people on Showdown. Katana looks really good here again. He only has one real steel resist. I mean, he has the Katana himself, which we'll have to deal with, of course, but we really need to take out that Heatran, and then we're in good shape. I think this is going to be a Landorus lead, so I'm going to lead with Medicham. It's shock. You may have noticed I lead with Medicham 9 games out of 10. And he does leave Landorus, so this is either Scarf or he scouts for the Ice Punch, but he doesn't have any real great scouts for the Ice Punch. So this should be, this is going to be Tornadus. Okay, so he doesn't scout for the Ice Punch, he just goes hard Tornadus. I'm going to BP here and pick him off. Oh, we don't kill. That's bad. That's real bad. Definitely not ideal there, as he's... I always Intimidate. I forgot to factor in Lando's first Intimidate. So we're just going to go into Reuniclus here, as I think he's going to go for the Earthquake, and he does. What do you switch in on a Reuniclus? I'm just going to go for the T-Wave, as I think... Yeah, I was going to say, I think Kartana looks free for him, and now that's his Kartana greatly neutered. What do I think he goes for? I mean, anything is pretty free here, so... I'm actually just going to recover because I don't think he 2KOs me with any move, and I can get Rocky Helmet Chip, and he doesn't. If he's locked in, he's now locked into Smart Strike and can't 2KO me, and he does pivot out again. So fortunately, the Tornadus is going to get up to a good range of health, and I'm going to assume this is going to be a knockoff coming my way. If it's a knockoff, I really don't want to lose my item on anything. Mega Medi, I was going to say Mega Medi probably would take the knockoff and might be able to kill him with a bullet punch now and not intimidated, but he actually just chooses to preserve that. And now this high jump kick is really nice here. Hopefully we connect, and we do connect, and we do a good 41%, so that's awesome. And we can go back into Reuniclus, rinse and repeat really. As he goes for the U-turn, that's Rocky Helmet Chip for us, very nice. Just wearing him down here. So he actually hard switched last time. I'm going to go for the Side Shock this time, because I think that, yeah, I think he's going to U-turn. Not wanting to let the Medi in for free. But he does go Kartana. And maybe I should have gone for the recover play. I probably should have done. That was probably a bad play. Because this thing was doing, yeah, 46 with the Smart Strike. So we can't take a Smart Strike from this thing, unfortunately. But I'll tell you who can, our Kartana can, and we don't need too much health on this thing, as he actually knocks off. That's really bad for us. That's really bad. I didn't expect that. I thought he would just Smart Strike again. That seemed like the better play in my opinion. But he didn't go for it, so we're gonna Sacred Sword. And get a bit of chip off on the Tornadus. That's really put us in the back. I'm annoyed with myself for that. I'm gonna go T-Tar. If he U-turns, it's not gonna be the end of the world. As he goes for the superpower, and we eat it with that Triple Berry. And now he's at -1 attack. I don't think this will KO, so I'm gonna get my rocks up. Don't KO. Okay, it doesn't KO. Good. I'm gonna get my rocks up, which is really important here. Because at the minute he was just getting too much momentum all the time. So he just goes for that last superpower. And we get more and more sand chip on him. It's very nice. This is going to be a really nice time to just probably fire off a flash cannon and guarantee a KO, I would say. I mean, I want to predict that he's trying to go for the Volt. I'm going to predict that he's trying to go for the Volt Switch. As he goes out to growth, so we would have claimed KO if we'd gone for the Flare Cannon, probably. But that's fine. This gives me Mega Medicham. And he doesn't really have an Ice Punch switching at this point, so I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch. That Kartana's slower than us, so and we 2-hit KO it anyway, so this is just another Ice Punch going to pop off. And the Landorus comes back in. Just getting chipped down by rocks now, which is really what we needed. I'm trying to think how useful Kartana is. You know, this is Scarf Landorus, so it loses to Landorus. I mean, Smart Strike still outspeeds. It doesn't outspeed much. That's the problem with Kartana at this point. I'm just going to go Reuniclus anyway. I think it's my best play. As he does 40%, unfortunately. So that's too much for us to really handle. Could go Zygarde. Kind of want to keep Zygarde healthy for Tran and for Latios, because I'll probably take a hit from Latios. I think I have to sack Kartana here. I don't want to, but I think I have to. It gives me some health back on Reuniclus, which is really nice. And then we can go into Zygarde here. And what can come in on me? Tangrowth. I'm going to glare on the Tangrowth switching. I could have doubled out into Medicham. Maybe that would have been a better play, but at least we greatly hurt this thing. I'm actually just going to go hard Medicham. I don't think he'll... no, he crits. I don't know. I think that would have KO'd anyway. That was pretty risky play. I'm trying to play aggressive here because we're kind of in the back. I think we're going to lose this one. Pretty sure we are. But the nice thing is now we just get a kill pretty much. So I'm going to go for the Flare Cannon. Doesn't quite pick up the KO. He should always go Tran here. As he does. So we call that one right. Unfortunately we're having to play very aggressive because we were kind of in the back. And we can now coil on the Tram. He just goes for Protect. Now I'm expecting Landorus to come out, so I want 1,000 arrows into Landorus. Because he actually goes out into Tangrowth. Interesting. We do 17%, so I think E-Speed will kill. As he now goes Landorus. Trying to get rid of our attack boost, which I thought would come sooner or later. But now the Lando's gone. Magina looks a lot better now that Lando's gone. I definitely need to keep this thing healthy for Tran. Other than that, Magina looks great. Reuniclus looks great. Let's go Reuniclus here. As he reveals to have the HP Ice, so I'm glad we did that. We can just Shadow Ball here as he goes into Tran. We can probably recover up on this thing. And now we'll go into Zygarde. We can take any hits from this thing, so we're okay there. Tangrowth. We can just coil. And I think we're going to have to break this Tangrowth. I think it's the only way. We're gonna have to do something to break it. So I'm gonna coil again. We should take this pretty well. We do take it pretty well. I'm gonna coil again. And now I'm gonna start firing off E-Speeds and we'll see how much it does. Hopefully this is a 2-hit KO. 32%. So that is a 2-hit KO. And if you choose to switch out, we get another round of leftovers recovery. So there we go. We do get the 2-hit KO on the Tangrowth. We had to really play this one aggressively because we were in the back and make those aggressive doubles. But I think we've come out of this looking pretty nice actually. I'm just gonna go for the E-Speed. There's no reason for me not to. Hopefully this pick up the KO as it does. And now comes in the Latios, which honestly should have come in sooner, in my opinion. And he forfeits. Okay. I was gonna say we could have pivoted out into Reuniclus, into Magina, or we could have taken this thing on for sure. So he was in a really difficult spot where if he Draco'd and I went to Magina, he was in a bad spot. If he didn't Draco and I took him out, he was in a bad spot. So it was a difficult 50-50 for him. We definitely had the pieces left to try and win that game, but I think there was still a game there left for him to play for. But nevertheless, let's get another one. That was definitely a weak performance by myself. Fortunately, managed to fight back into that game later on with some aggressive switching, but shouldn't have been that difficult to begin with. I risk Medi too early. This team loves to have Medi around, and it's nice to play it aggressively, but I need to be more careful, especially on when I'm pretty sure it's going to get KO'd and I just switch it in anyway on a risky one. Hopefully we can find another game before too long, so it would be very, very nice. I like this team. Let me know what you guys think of this team. If you've used it all, I genuinely would love to see some replays. As of yet, doing these lives, no one sent me any replays of using the teams. I'm definitely not the best team builder, so I can understand that. But I would definitely love to see any replays if people do use it. So, wow, interesting team. I'm going to lead off with Mega Medicham, as I so often do. He leads off with Excadrill. This is pretty Scarf Drill. It's supposed to be in a difficult position because if I high jump kick, I kill this. But if he goes into Blacephalon, it's not a bad play. I'm just going to Ice Punch. It's going to do good damage to the Drill, and it's going to do good damage to Blacephalon, and I won't take recoil. As he actually chooses to go Greninja. Really interesting switch. I really don't understand that switch, because I'm guessing he was predicting the Zen, but then why wouldn't you just stay in with Drill? Weird one to me. This is a male Greninja, so it could be Battle Bond, or it could be someone disguised in Protean, as it turns out to be. I would love to glare this thing, as it actually does have Ice Beam, but that's fine. Now this thing is much less of a problem for my team, and Zygarde is primarily a Greninja check, so like I don't really mind having my Zygarde weakened to neuter this thing. His 1,000 arrows switch-ins are limited, so I'm just gonna spam 1,000 arrows and go down here. Okay, perfect. Now Kartana can come in and click Smart Strike, can click Leaf Blade, can click Sacred Sword. I think Leaf Blade is the best of those, and my hope is that what this does is brings in Blacephalon. I'm hoping this brings in Blacephalon, and that will give me T-Tar. I can then pursue the Blacephalon, and that's another check gun, and then Mega Medicham is just free to click that high jump kick. That's really what I want here. I just want to get that Blacephalon gone, so perfect. That's exactly what we were trying to bait out. So you can see with this team, you can kind of do that. If he goes behind a sub, I just crunch and then pursuit. It's not the end of the world. He doubles into Drill, makes a really, really nice double. He isn't Sandrush, obviously, he's Mold Breaker, so super nice double by my opponent. Put him in a bit of a bind here. I'm going to have to go Reuniclus to take a hit from this thing, as he just goes for his rocks. I wanted to get cheeky there and go for my own rocks, but I didn't, so, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. This thing is probably Scarf, so he probably switches out here. Probably goes into... Okay, he doesn't switch out. That's not ideal. We don't take another Earthquake. Don't take another Earthquake. But it means we outspeed him with Medicham. I'm not playing this one especially well. I'm sure Kenji could take one. As he actually goes Zygarde. Really interesting switch. I think I'm just gonna go for Leaf Blade, because I don't think Kenji can lock into any move to kind of win this game too easily, and we prevent too much setup. So Coil is fine. Imagine if we crit here. Leaf Blade has that high crit rate. He's brave for trying to set up on a Katana to begin with. As he's I have Papa Berry, that's why. Ooh, okay, we are not in the best of spots, but we do still outspeed and do a chunk. We should take one. We don't take one. Katana has decent defense. I thought we might take that, but apparently not. I guess it's +2 attack. Interesting. So, Reuniclus is Fizz Def with all these hazards. I just don't think it's going to take one. We might just lose right here. There's no way we... I got a Bullet Punch. I should have Ice Punched. Okay, we're going to get the Rocky Helmet chip. Very nice Rocky Helmet chip. And then we're going to go into Tyranitar. I don't know if we can bait out another E-Speed somehow. This is going to be really tricky. We're going to Reuniclus. We're going to have to sack Mega Medi to the hazards. And now we've got to hope that Reuniclus is never going to take 1,000 hours. Yeah, we just lose this game. This is GG. Man, double down Zygarde. Just tore as a new one. Goodness. Okay, we'll get one more. I don't know how long this has been, but we'll get one more. That was awful. I don't know what I should have done necessarily. Maybe just gone on his Coil. Could have gone Mega Medi, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. But then if you Dragon Dance, we were in a bad spot. Definitely a hard game, but here we are. This looks like a Mega Lopunny lead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead Mega Medicham and try and bait the fake out. Ah, this person knows me. They're saying in the chat, yeah, they know me. That's cool. YouTubers and have fun. That's awesome. Apparently knows Luke. Shout out to Luke. I don't know. I don't recognize the name Max Master, but either way, that's awesome. Here I'm just gonna go straight for the Ice Punch. He doesn't have an Ice Punch switch in. As he just goes straight for the Drake. Wow. Okay. He's not messing around. This guy. He's not messing around. We don't handle Garchomp at all well on this team. Like, Garchomp is a huge problem for me. So I'm going to go into Reuniclus and click Psyshock. I'm going to have to keep Reuniclus really healthy to take on this Garchomp. I thought he would probably just go for Rocks. That's why I decided to stay in and go for the Ice Punch. I didn't really explain my play there. So he's now locked into Outrage, which is really interesting for me. How can I abuse that? I'm just going to go for another Psyshock, because with the Rocky Helmet, I puts him so low, but we don't quite take him out. As we're just going to go to Mag here on this Outrage. And then we're going to put him in a spot where we're going to go back into Reuniclus and hopefully be able to take one. As he does just get Rocks it. That's fine. And he goes into Tornadus. I think I'm just going to have to... go for the T-Wave here as he goes into Garchomp. I'm going to go for the Psyshock. Take out the Garchomp. So that's a huge threat dealt with. We've kind of gone 1 for 1 there. Although I've lost a lot of health on Reuniclus, which is not ideal. We're going to have to go Zygarde on this Greninja always. As he misses his Hydro Pump, which sucks for him. My apologies. There's no reason for me to do anything but Glare here. He doesn't have anything on his team that wants to be glared, so... yeah, that sucks. He doesn't know that my Zygarde 1v1s is Greninja, so I understand from his perspective why that really sucked, but obviously we know that it's not actually the end of the world. It doesn't 2-hit KO anyway, so as he goes out to Torn, I nearly double glared, but it's fine. Getting chip on this thing is absolutely fine. We are Spadef, so like... I'm just going to 1,000 Hours again. Yeah, as he taunts me, I was going to say, I think this thing could be taunt, so... and he'll die to the next 1,000 Arrows, so he has to switch out here. Brings in the Lopunny. He's going to take big damage from this, for sure. Unfortunately, Reuniclus isn't in the best state to kind of switch in here. I'm just going to go for another 1,000 Arrows. I'm just going to keep spamming it. I don't really see any reason not to. Just going to stay in and keep spamming. Sometimes that's the best play. And we actually dodged the Hurricane, man. That really sucks. And we crit. Jesus. That sucked. That really sucked. That was awful. So Kartana here. Smart Strike kind of runs through. Probably actually Secret Sword is even better. Yeah, Secret Sword probably even better. I do want to keep the Zygarde around, so I'm going to go Reuniclus here. Reuniclus is built to take on offensive fighting types, or at least get them chips down, so as he does go for the Ice Punch, so we are going to get 2 rounds of Rocky Helmet, which is really nice. He gets the freeze, which is fully deserved at this stage, and in reality inconsequential, because it's really just Rocky Helmet. Okay, so if I go into Kartana and I click Sacred Sword, do we think we 2-hit KO? We probably don't 2-hit KO Zygarde, we probably don't 2-hit KO Magearna. Setup Zygarde could be problematic, but I still think it's my best play, so I'm just going to go for it. As he just goes straight into Magearna. We don't 2-hit KO Magearna, but we can go into Zygarde here and see what he's going for. I don't think it's going to be a Flare Cannon. as he reveals the Focus Blast and drops us Spadef, which is not great. Just gonna 1,000 arrows. I don't know if he's locked in. I don't know if Flare Cannon will even connect if he's got the Flare Cannon. As he goes into Gren, and we get a big chip off on Gren. Again, now that Magina can't switch in on a Sacred Sword, so all we need is a bit more chip on the Zygarde, and Sacred Sword just cleans this game. Hydro Pump nearly takes us out with our Spadef drop, but we do just live. We can pick him off with E-Speed. Probably unnecessary. I should have 1,000 arrowed again, I guess, but if he had Ward Shuriken or something, I don't know. Could have been problematic. So, I definitely just want to E-Speed for chip on this thing. I want to take it as low as possible. So if this is banded, we could have a problem. We could have a big problem if this is banded, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Pursuit. I'll get his chip if he doesn't kill us, and if he switches out, it will, yeah, okay, so, we might just lose to this thing. If T-Star drop, Magina will drop, so I have to go into Kartana, and I have to double Leaf Blade. I mean, I could Smart Strike, won't do as much. Does he just go? He probably just goes Magina here, right? He just goes Magina, I think. So we're going to Smart Strike. I don't know. This is tricky. This is a 50-50. If he stay... I need this to 2-hit KO, but it might not. I think Kartana can just win here, but it's really tricky. I need to get my +1 up. So I'm hoping he goes Magina. And we'll 2-hit KO the Magina. And then that gives us the win, essentially, with the +1 boost. That's what we need to win. Lopunny plus Fake Out plus banded E-Speed I don't think will take us out, and if he bans into E-Speed as his final move of the game, then Magina will beat the Zygarde 1v1, so I'm pretty sure this is banded from the way he just OHKO'd that Tyranitar. But this is definitely a very intense game. Shout out to Max Master 264. Fairly certain he won't be watching, but if by some miracle he is, shout out to him, because he's been very unfortunate in this game with the hacks, and he does go into Magina like I thought he probably would. So we definitely made the right play, not Leaf Blading. And we can Smart Strike through for what should be GG here, I think. We'll kill the Lop for sure. He's going to go for the Fake Out chip. I can understand that, but it's not going to do too much. It's not going to do too much, and then he either has to sack this and lose. Give me the +2. At which point Zygarde I think just drops now. This might just OHKO. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. He does live on 5 and 1,000 arrows. If this kills me, oof, that was tight. That was real tight. Damn, he's desperately unlucky in that game. To be honest, I think my opponent deserved to win there, but at the end of the day, from the perspective of the person getting the hacks, once you've got lucky misses and stuff, all you can do is keep playing the game in front of you to your win cons, and that's what we did do. So we made sure that we still didn't get complacent, and we still made sure that Kartana was in a position to win that game. So yeah, if he'd stayed in instead of going into Magina, because we saw that at +2,000 arrows he lived it with Zygarde. If he'd stayed in, he did 68% with his 1,000 arrows to us. So actually, let me just tell you exactly what I'm talking about here. And this is obviously going to be the last battle, but in this position when he was in and he'd revealed the banded 1,000 arrows, he should have just stayed in. We couldn't OHKO him. He might have feared SD and a Z variant, which is fair enough, because that would have beaten him. Actually, SD plus Z would have beaten him. So, you know, I understand. But because he actually would have lived 2 Smart Strikes there, it was his best play, just 1,000 arrows me twice and win the game. But I completely understand why he didn't, because as I say, if we were an SD variant, then he lost. So very difficult, very, very difficult. If we were SD with Z, sorry, then he just lost. So very difficult, but you know, that's the game we play. It's like that sometimes. You get those kind of 50-50s. So to say that it still came down to a 50-50 after he got unlucky with some of his misses and stuff, like, yeah, that sucked for him, for sure. Well played to my opponent. Anyway, I'm going to shut up rambling on now. I hope you've enjoyed these lives, even though I've been pretty under the weather. And we'll be back next week with usual, more excitable me. We did make the mid-1700s after that battle. Did we win all of those somehow? I don't know. We got pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. I mean, I've had some terrible luck off screen, so I'm going to take it. But there we are. We're up at 424. So, wow, look how tight it is. Like, literally 1 point separates people all the way up to, like, damn, like 20 points ahead of us is like 150 places. That's wild. So, yeah. There we are, guys. We made the top 450, so that's pretty cool. I've already lost us, but we're somewhere around here. I can't see us. Somewhere. Who knows? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live. There we go. The team, as always, will be down in the description of the poker paste if you want to use it. Let me know if you do. I'd love to see some replays. Anyway, I'm going to shut up rambling on now. Thank you so much for loafing around with me, guys, and I'll catch you again next time.